how to put multiple plots on a graph, on the same graph. We have generated now two plots. We have plot P, that's this one, and we have generated plot P2, and that's our PCA plot. Now let's put both of them on the same graph. Now, to be able to do this, they need to be in a variable, or it will not work. So this is one of the reasons why you put your plots in a variable. The package that we're going to use for it is a package called ggpubr. It's one of the packages that you can use. There are other ones, like patchwork. And both are fine. Both are fine packages. They're both okay. So we are going to go for this one. So as the name implies, it starts with gg. It's an extension of the ggplot package. So I load it. And then in that package, ggpubr, there is one function called ggarrange, and that's the one that you need to put multiple plots on the same graph. And it's quite simple to use. I will go to the documentation. The input is our famous 3 dots. So I can give him as many plots as I like to put on the same graph. So all the plots that you want to use are here as input, separated by a comma. And then you see you have a whole bunch of additional arguments. We will pick out a few. The first one that I'm going to mention is the labels argument. So the labels argument adds labels to the plots. That's something that you often want. So what do you give as a value here? A vector, because it's more than one. So you need a vector with the labels that you want to use. So plot P will be labeled A, and plot P2 will be labeled B. Okay, let's do this. So he puts them on the same graph. And indeed, he's labeling my first plot A, and my second plot is labeled B. This is often an issue. One plot has a title, the other one has not. So you see that they don't have the same height. And this is not looking very nice. So I want both of them to have the same height. A line is indeed what you want here. Whether the graphs should be horizontally or vertically aligned. And that's exactly what you want. So the default is none, as you can see here. And this is why they don't have the same height. When I say, hey, please align them horizontally, this is what happens. Yeah? He shrinks this one, so now they nicely have the same height. Heights is used when you make one smaller than the other, but it will only work if you plot them under each other. If you plot them under each other and you want one to have more area than the other one, then heights is your friend. But it will not adjust the heights of two plots that are next to each other. If I want to set height, they need to be under each other, the two plots. So for that, for defining how you want to position them, you have these arguments, the number of columns and the number of rows. So if I do n row equal to 2, I'm indicating that I want to have them under each other. Let's start with this. So a line vertically would just make them the same width, but they already have the same width, as you can see here. So I don't actually need to do this. It's okay by default. Okay, coming back to this one here, the one where we have them next to each other. So the H just will move the labels, as you can see. So the labels are these A and B. If I want to specify where they are, the vertical position, which argument can I set for doing that? Let's take 2 and see what happens. You see, it moves a bit. I will take a very high value just to see. You can use vertical justification to move your labels along the y-axis. And you see that I had to do trial and error, because there's no rule here that will tell me where I will end up if I make a value here. So really, you try something, you see what it gives, and then you try again. Here also, when you put two plots next to each other and you want to make one bigger than the other, then you have to use the width. So which argument you use here, width or height, depends on the layout of your graph. If the plots are next to each other, you have to set width. If the plots are under each other, you have to set heights.